all of your problems come from this one thing: yourself. You, specifically your identity and your self-image, how you view yourself. When you're not getting the results you want, it's because you're not hardworking and smart enough. When you don't have enough close friends, when you don't feel connected with others, it's because you don't care about them and you feel like you don't deserve to be close to them. When you cannot lift 80 kg on the bench press, it's because you're not a strong person. All these problems only come because you think of yourself like that. Imagine a river that is going downhill. If you place yourself in the middle and you view the person that you want to be on the top of the river, how would you get there? You'll get there by swimming upstream, which will be difficult and challenging. But there's nothing actually saying that the person that you want to be should be up there on the mountain. You can place him on the bottom of the mountain so that to get there, you are actually going with the current of the river, so that it's not actually that difficult and challenging. You're going downhill instead of swimming upstream against the current. So it all happens in the mind, how you think of your identity, and when you change your identity, when you change your beliefs from deep down, the results will come and your life will change easily, more easier than you think, because it's like swimming downstream. You're going to where you're naturally supposed to go. So what do I mean by that? What you see yourself as, no matter what circumstances are placed on you, you will always return to where you belong. You will always be who you are. So when you think you are a bad basketball player, for example, the results will fit what you think you are. You will be unconfident when you shoot your shots. You will be scared to even dribble and move the basketball around. That's what happened to me. When I started playing basketball, I thought that I'm not a good shooter. So every shot I take, what do you think happened? None of them went in. But when I started to believe in myself, when I started to train more, and more shots one by one go in, I've realized that actually I'm not that bad of a player. I can improve. What is this phenomenon that makes people stay the same? That makes people return to what they think their identity is? Well, it's easy to stay in the same place. It's just easier to give excuses, to never improve, to never even have the thought of improving or changing your life. When you are a student with bad grades, what do you think is easier? To think that you are a dumb person and you don't have enough intelligence to improve yourself, or to actually work hard and suffer and go through the pain but get the good grades in the end? Of course, it's giving the excuses, putting the blame on the world, on how unlucky he is. And so this is the wrong mindset people shouldn't have. People can change, and most of them just don't want to believe that. So although it's hard, you need to constantly change your identity to whoever you want to become. When I was young, I was like the top dog. I got all the achievements. I got the first place in all the competitions. When I went overseas to compete in international competitions, and I come back and I see these children asking me, how is it possible that a kid like you can achieve something like that? I've already known that they've lost belief in themselves. They can do something like that too. And so I've really kind of hated these kind of people who never even thought of improving themselves to become the person they want to be, to become like me. Because I've always thought, why the fuck would you give yourself negative thoughts to doubt your own identity? Why would you want to think that, oh, I'm not possible to be someone like that? I'm not possible to one day grow up and become like Jay Chou, an international famous singer worldwide. That's kind of stupid, because it does not help you. It does not even make you happy. It just makes you comfortable for staying in wherever you are. That is a stupid, dumb-ass mindset that you should get rid of. So now that you've understand that you need to change your identity, how do you do it? It's simple. By forcing yourself to think the thoughts of who you want to be. Make the decisions that he would make. When you're in the process of change, it will take time and you might slip back to your old ways of thinking, but every time you notice that happening, change that. Think in the new way that your better self would want to think in. So, for example, that bodybuilder example, what do you think he will think of when he's deciding what to eat for lunch, for dinner? Chicken, rice, less fat food, less fried food, less French fries or some shit from McDonald's. And when you actually believe you are a bodybuilder, you would just naturally decide to eat the healthier foods, the foods that will make you grow, the milk, the eggs, and you would naturally just stop eating the bad food that you know are bad for you. And when you think of it this way, it wouldn't be hard to change yourself when you are already that kind of person who thinks in that way. So don't just take actions for certain results. Be the person who does those things that you would naturally already do, and then the results will come automatically. And of course, the result won't just come from you just thinking that, oh, I'm a bodybuilder, and then the next day you wake up big and 75 kg. It won't happen like that overnight. But when you are that person, do the work, the hard work, learn their ways, go through the mistakes they go through and the failures and all of that challenge, and believe honestly with passion that you are that kind of person, then the results will show itself. Along the way, there will be challenges and doubts when you are changing your identity. You will ask me, how can I stop believing that I'm a lazy person when I've already had evidence that I am? I like to sleep, I like to rest, I like to play with my friends instead of doing actual work. Well, you need to overcome that evidence, and you need to create new evidence that you are hardworking. Create mini achievements in your life. So when you go to the gym, when you start going to the gym, that first step already proves to you that you can do it. You can do it for the next day, the next day, the next week, the next month, and keep on racking up these achievements, stack them up, and over time, as you do all this work, you would slowly start to believe the new identity you are when you actually have evidence backing them up. And sometimes you need to sacrifice some stuff. You need to sacrifice some bad habits, like scrolling through your phone, playing with friends for no reason, and you need to make that effort to change. And although it will take time, you have to understand that it's possible to change over time in the long term. All of your problems come from your identity. Change it and your life will change. I'm a winner. I'm strong, smart, a hardworking man. I'm a good person that wants to change the world for the better. Of course, don't go around saying these to others. You look stupid, but deep down believe in this. You will be surprised how the world will change to how you think you are. To you, joining us on this journey of self-improvement, our future is bright.